Hi, I'm Manuel, and my wife Amanda and I left everything from Toronto, Canada, and we moved to São Paulo, Brazil. Today is a rainy day, and I'm not sad about that. The sound of the nature is just so beautiful with the rain, and it's awesome. So today, one of our neighbors brought some of his home roasted coffee beans. And why am I excited about this? Well, because coffee is awesome. I'm a huge fan of coffee, and I'm gonna show you the two different ways that I make coffee here in Brazil. So what can we do with all of this coffee? Well, there's a few things. First of all, we can probably just eat it, just a roasted bean. Well, that was a mess. Let's try it again. It's like crunchy popcorn. It tastes sweet. It's interesting. This coffee is from Paraná, which is another state in Brazil. And one sec. So this coffee is from Paraná, and it's delicious. It has a very sweet taste to it, and I love it. So my electrical coffee grinder from Toronto hasn't arrived here yet. That's why we're going to use something really cool that the neighbor lent to me. Let's go. So over here what you see is the manual coffee grinder. I know, my name's Emmanuel, this is manual. Let's not make it a thing, okay? So this right here goes onto the table, and then from the bottom you grip it up. Now this over here is to choose the coarse level. So I make mine coarse, and it comes with this little black tray where you put it in, and then when you grind the coffee, it goes inside. Let's do it. Now that I got all of the coffee that I need, let's go and make it, and I'll show you the two ways that I make the coffee here. So now that we got our coffee completely ground by hand, we're ready to give it a taste. Now there are actually two famous ways, or I guess common ways, to make coffee in Brazil. Let me know if there's a way that I haven't heard of, okay? So the first one over here is using this. This is a filter. Well, it's a cone, but then you add a paper filter and you put it to a big carafe, which I'm not going to do because that is meant for a full day use of coffee or for a lot of people. So I'm only just me. Amanda does not drink coffee. And yes, so I'm only gonna make 1 cup or less than a cup for myself, so it's not gonna be the full amount. So you're gonna see that. The second common way to make coffee in Brazil is, well, not really make it, it's using those little pods. And I am not a fan of that. I think there's a lot of health concerns that I'm not gonna get into because I'm not gonna bash it. I know a lot of people like it, so that's for them to use. But personally, I use a mocha pot. Yes, this is a traditional Italian way. I haven't seen many Brazilians use this. So essentially what this is 3 parts here. So the first one, you put water here and you put the coffee here. You put this inside, and then you put it onto the stove. Obviously, well, first you gotta close this up. So once it's closed, what happens, the water heats up from the stove and it starts boiling, and the vapor of the water goes up into the filter over here, and the one in the middle, and it starts brewing the coffee that way. And then the coffee, the concentrated part of the coffee, goes all the way up, right over here, and it comes out. I'm going to show it how it looks like. It's really cool, really fun. So this is my favorite way, my personal way, because it gives out the full flavor of the coffee. Now, this, for the filter, it takes away some of the flavor, which is cool. Because, for example, if it's dark roast, it's better in the filter, in my opinion, because it filters out that burnt taste. So that's what I like about this. And without further ado, let's put some water in the kettle, hit it up to boil, and make some coffee. So we're going to take the filter, put it in, put the coffee, oh yeah, put that in. Then let's move on to the mocha pot. Unscrew, put some coffee in, and moving forward. You know the water is fully boiled when you see the steam go out, so let's turn it off. So for the filter, we're going to use this small cup. Usually with filter, it lightens up the coffee, so I'll show you how it looks like. And then here's what happens after. It leaks right through. As you see, the coffee is a bit light. For the mocha pot, we are going to do something a little bit different because the fire is very hot here. So instead of putting the water in the bottom first, we're gonna put the water now on top of the coffee to wet it up, and that way the coffee is not gonna burn. Yes, this is a little bit of a slower process, but it's something I'm getting used to right now, unless there's a better way for me to do it. So we put some in, it's gonna drain, we put some more. Coffee's still hot. Let's put this one to work. All right. Has to be super tight. We have to have the fire, I guess, the heat. I normally put it on medium. All right, and now we wait. That's all. So what's gonna happen is, as soon as it gets hot, the water will go from the bottom all the way to the top, and then you're gonna start seeing steam. In the meantime, let's give this baby a taste. Now, I promised, usually I have my coffee with sugar and milk, but I promised my neighbor, since it says beans, I want to respect the beans, I want to respect the coffee, and have it without anything. Now, the taste is very interesting because normally dark roast coffee tastes earthy. This is not, because of the filter. It took away the earthy taste, and it tastes it tastes mild and sweet almost. It's very light, and I like it. See this sound over here? It means it's cooking up. Let's take a look. Oh yeah. That's what it looks like from the inside. Now it's starting to steam. You hear the sound over here? That means it's ready. And while it's hot, we can take it and go out. Let's give this a go, shall we? Oh yeah. It's very earthy. It's very bold flavor. I do taste a hint of sweetness in here. But yes, so overall, the flavor is here. It's delicious coffee, by the way. So, obrigado, vizinho, para café. I think this is probably the first time I spoke in Portuguese here. I love it. So, listen, if you guys are enjoying the episode, if you like the current adventure that Amanda and I are on, it would honestly mean the world for you guys to just subscribe to this channel. If you're not subscribed yet, of course. That way, you can get notifications whenever we post more, and also helps support the channel to show that I know that I'm doing something right with this channel, because honestly, it's my first YouTube channel, and I'm just living day by day and filming the transition from Toronto to Sao Paulo. And if you want daily updates, make sure to follow me on Instagram. I'll leave the link in the description. And if you have questions, as always, write them down in the comments and I'll be sure to answer. Until next time.